Welcome to episode 1 of the Fit Pro podcast.
Regarding social media, it's definitely about content. I have people coming up to me asking the same question as you have, and then I'll go onto their page and all they're posting is like, they've got like 5 selfies on their profile. And they're like, but I don't have any followers and da-da-da. Because you're posting selfies.
Welcome everybody to Fit Pro podcast, and today we have Lydia Mok on. She is the co-founder of Barsparta and the founder of Strong Girl Takeover. Lydia, introduce yourself, fill in the blanks for us.
So what Marvin just said, Strong Girl Takeover is a company promoting female fitness. We are currently receiving funding to help coach and mentor teenage girls, which is amazing. And then we also help promote women just to fall in love with fitness and mainly get body confident. That's a big thing for us. With the media today and all the images that we get shown, it puts a lot of insecurities and things into females, and they think that they should be looking a certain way or feeling a certain way and doing certain things, when in reality you should be kind of really aiming to just be healthy and happy, and that looks different on everyone. It doesn't mean that you have to have a big butt and big boobs and a skinny waist. Like, healthy and strong looks different on every body and every individual body.
Awesome. That sounds like a great cause. And look, I've known you for a long time myself. I know where you've come from. It's great to see people successful. To me, I consider you a fitness professional. You're in that space. You're promoting a healthy living. Just you personally as a brand. I've seen your Instagram account. You've got 16,000 followers. I wish I had 16,000 followers. But great content. This is what we're doing, all right? So as a fitness professional, how do you generate revenue today? Because I believe, if you're following your passion, you're doing that for a living. And to become a professional, it means you make money from it. So how do you generate revenue today?
Yep, so I'm a coach at an exclusive members-only spa and health club in North London currently. So that's my day-to-day stuff. I also have private clients outside of that gym just around London. Also with Strong Girl Takeover, we sell apparel, and a percentage of that then goes back into the funding towards coaching and mentoring of the teenage girls as well. So we're creating like a holistic community where the workshops from women that we charge for, a percentage of that also goes then back into the funding of coaching and mentoring of the girls. So yeah, I love coaching people, helping them realize their body's full potential. And I think so many people live their life without even experiencing even the smallest percentage of what their body is actually capable of.
And I absolutely agree. In today's society, you can see it in people where they aren't living to their full potential, or they just don't have the guidance to get there. And I think it's great what you're doing. But when I knew you a few years ago, when I first met you, you were never from my point of view, you were never like this. What was your aha moment that made you chase this vision?
So when we met through Vima, which is a network marketing company, which I don't regret doing at all, because
absolutely not.
It brought together a bunch of people with similar mindsets, and it showed me a whole bunch of different material and content that I hadn't come across before, which really did inspire me. And I think I met you when I just graduated from university, where I did fashion management, and from as long as I can remember, I always wanted to be in fashion, and I know I wanted to be in business. So when I found this fashion management degree, it was a no-brainer. That was what I was going to graduate in. But after I graduated, I kind of realized that that's not the industry I want to be in, and I don't want to be at a desk 9 to 5. So after I graduated, I did feel a bit lost, and I think many people do. And in the UK, the education system makes you kind of choose, I guess, what you want to do by the time you're 14, when you choose what your GCSEs are, which determine what A-levels you do, which then determines the degree that you're going to be doing. And so when I graduated, I had no idea what I wanted to do. luckily I met this great group of people, and it just made me think in a different way and just show me that there are so many more options out there than the standard 9 to 5. And at the time I was training a lot, loved it. And also I was living with my flatmate who, she'd done politics and history at university, fell into becoming an estate agent, and it was her 30th birthday. She woke up and was like, Lydia, what am I doing? I'm 30. I'm an estate agent. I make loads and loads of money, but I'm not happy at all. I just want to train. I love training and I love training people. So she was like, screw it. I'm going to get qualified and I'm going to start coaching people. And that kind of made me be like, damn, like I don't want to be her at the time, like in 9 years, and be like, I've not wasted, but kind of, wasted the past 9 years of her life doing something that she didn't love because it just paid the bills and paid for all her designer clothes, you know. So that definitely inspired me to kind of, after I graduated, it's better to do it now than in a decade where I've been in an industry that I don't actually enjoy. So that definitely was something that inspired me to do what I'm doing now, as opposed to carry on within the fashion industry.
Absolutely, and I agree with you there, because I have a similar story where I was doing something I didn't really enjoy for a long time, and then when I finally decided to make the switch and actually take the chance, it was my aha moment, very similar to yours. And you got to do it now rather than later, because look, it's always going to be the best time to do it. There's no best time to do it. Like today right now. All right. Yeah. So that was your aha moment. That's what made you go into the space. Now, what has been your lowest point so far?
I don't think I've had one, because one of the books that I read was The Power, and after that book pretty much changed my life, because it was just about practicing gratitude. And once I fell into that mindset, nothing can go wrong, because whatever situation you're in, as long as you're grateful for it, like nothing bad can ever happen if you learn from it. It's not a failure. And and the more mistakes you make, the faster you're learning. So I've never had a bad moment since I've entered the fitness industry, because I've always learned, I've always grown from it. So yeah, I don't think I've had any failures since entering the space at all.
Just like my father used to say, there's no such thing as bad experiences, just learning experiences.
Exactly. Yeah, completely.
Absolutely. So, Lydia, what would you tell all the listeners out there today, like in terms of chasing their dreams? What is something that's helped you along the way?
Dreams in general, or within the fitness industry?
Within the fitness industry. I mean, it can be very general if you want it to be, but in the fitness industry, what do you know?
I definitely know that people will change your life. People will bring you opportunities. People. So one of my main things is, when I first entered the industry, I wanted to learn as much as possible. So I traveled around London. I traveled around the world to train with as many people as I could, so I could learn as much as I could. Everyone has something to teach you. Doesn't matter who they are. Everyone has something to teach you, and for you to learn from them. Every single person. So yeah, that was one of my, from 2013 to now, I've always had a flight books, you know. I love traveling, and it's the people that you meet on those travels and the lessons you learn on those travels. And people use this word networking, and I'm like, as soon as you say networking event or networking this, networking that, people feel obliged to hand out their business card, or kind of feel like you need to meet this person because I need to get something from this person. No, you can't. If you go into something with the mindset of that, people are going to feel that you're fake, or they feel like you just want something from them. And that won't make for good business. You need to just make friends with people, be nice to people, and actually get to know them as people. Don't just come up to someone and just start talking business. There's a guy called Gary Vaynerchuk, which I absolutely love, and he wrote a book called...
I love him too.
Yeah, jab, 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 right hook. And I mean, that applies to marketing, but it also applies to everything else. Like, if you suddenly go straight into, you just meet a new person, you're suddenly like business, like, they don't know you, they don't trust you, they don't know your business experience, they know nothing about you. So it's building those relationships and friendships, and from there it will grow, you know? That is definitely one of my strong points that I've been able to develop. I mean, it doesn't come naturally to everyone just to talk to everyone and make friends. I get that. I understand that. But if you're not that type of person, then you need to concentrate on your products. Make your product the best product there is. If you're not a people person, if you are a recluse, and if you are if you are an introvert, then you don't have to do that. That's not your strength. Don't do it. Don't even bother trying. But instead, make your product, make your service the best product or service there is out there. That way you'll be able to compete within the market, as opposed to trying to do something that doesn't come naturally to you. Compared to people that it does come naturally to, it won't work. You won't be able to compete with that.
Definitely. I mean, Gary, you mentioned Gary Vaynerchuk. Now, if anybody that out there that is listening to Gary Vaynerchuk or ever watched an episode of Daily V or the Ask Gary V show, all right? Now, he is the master of just adding value, add value. That is his marketing plan, is just adding, having so much value and caring. He cares so much about his followers. There doesn't seem like followers. If you're listening to a Ask Gary V show, it sounds like he's talking to you directly.
Did I tell you I met him recently when he was in London?
Oh my God.
Did I send you the video? He's so nice. See,
you need to send me the video.
I'm talking to you about this now because met him, so he did like a guerrilla thing. He had a show in London, sold out, really expensive tickets. I can definitely not afford that. So he put on his Snapchat, meet me in Soho Square Gardens at 10 p.m. the night before. He wasn't expecting 100 people to rock up. He was there for 2 hours taking selfies and answering questions from like 2 hours ago, you know? So then the night after, I managed to, his people invited me to the event, which was incredible, you know? But it's because he cares, and he then sat there for 3 hours after the talk or whatever he did, 3 hours signing books and talking to people. That's insane.
He is an absolute master.
He's incredible.
He's absolutely incredible. Yeah. But you know who else is incredible? You are amazing on Instagram. What you've done with Instagram, with your personal brand, what sort of advice can you give to people besides adding ridiculous value and giving and caring about people? We live in a social world where everything's social media. Okay. Yeah. What has served you the best on your Facebook, on your Instagram, on your? You don't do YouTube videos, do you?
No, not yet.
Well, you need to.
Soon come.
So give the listeners out there a bit of advice on how to grow an audience that will just follow you.
Regarding social media, it's definitely about content. I have people coming up to me asking the same question as you have, and then I'll go into their page and all they're posting is like, they've got like 5 selfies on their profile, and they're like, but I don't have any followers and da-da-da. Because you're posting selfies. Like, what is it that you're trying to tell the rest of the world? The reason why companies use social media is for marketing. They're trying to get a certain message across to the world. So therefore, personal social media is exactly the same thing. It's self-branding. So whatever you put out there is how the world is going to perceive you. So if you're just putting up 5 selfies, what is that? What are you telling the world? You know, what are you trying to tell the world? And then at the same time, the people that put up stuff like half-naked pictures online, it's like, well, that's what you're putting out to the world. So when someone comes up to you and tells you stuff about your body and you're angry about it, well, you put it out there for the world to see, you know? So, yeah, definitely good content, quality content that people actually want to see. Something new, that's something different, something that's more than just selfies every day. And also interaction. Social media has allowed us to talk to people on the other side of the world, like we are right now. So do it. So talk to people on the other side of the world. Interact. That's the main thing. If you have a high interaction rate, people will see you. You'll come up on their feed. They'll actually be able to see you. The guys that have loads and loads and hundreds of thousands of followers, they won't see you unless you're tagging and you're commenting and you're constantly there, in their face. So that's definitely the main thing, interaction and consistency. If you're just posting one post every month, people won't see you. You need to be posting a couple of posts a day at least so people actually know who you are and don't forget about you. So yeah, consistency and interaction, I think, with social media has been one of the reasons why I have managed to get the followers I have so far.
And your content is great.
Yeah.
Content is king when it comes to your Instagram, especially. Now, for you, what do you find? Where do you get the most interaction from out of all your social media?
Instagram is definitely the highest interaction rate. I read somewhere whereby Instagram compared to Facebook, Twitter, any other social media platforms, it's the most selective. So people are most selective about who they follow. So I think, but that's probably competing with Snapchat as well. I think people are very particular with who they choose to follow with Snapchat, as opposed to just following any odd person. So yeah, I think that Instagram is definitely my highest form of interaction, especially within the fitness industry. It's very visual. So something like Twitter won't necessarily hack it. I mean, obviously they've updated now with Periscope and everything else, but Instagram is still the most visual, just there already. It's not completely saturated with text. It's very visual, and I think it works very well for the fitness industry.
Absolutely. What about Snapchat? Do you play on Snapchat a bit with your Strong Girl Takeover?
So I've just recently got a Snapchat because I got a new phone and finally got space for it.
How do people find you on Snapchat?
Yeah, I mean, it's I've only just got it for 2 days, so it's cool. But it's kind of, I was always very hesitant to get Snapchat because I was like, well, why do people want to see the little bits of my life? Who cares? But then everyone was like, get it. People actually care. People actually want to see that. And I'm like, really? Okay.
Well, when Gary Vee is telling you to do it, you do it.
Yeah, exactly. Gary Vee has been a huge advocate for Snapchat, so I'm like, okay. Especially with the market of teenagers, Snapchat's the highest demographic is young people and teenagers. So it's definitely a demographic that I need to be interacting with. But yeah, one of the main reasons I got it is at events and workshops and stuff that we do host. It's a lot more convenient and it's cooler to kind of just do a quick snap for 10 seconds as opposed to filming a whole bunch of stuff, having to edit it, sit there on my phone. And I mean, also, obviously, we're going to be doing that, but for the instantaneous kind of we're doing this live right now, Snapchat is absolutely perfect for that.
Perfect. So we're coming to the end of our interview, more or less, because the way I'm structuring my interviews from now on is it's about 20 minutes would be the final episode, so that when people are driving to work, that's basically the average journey of a trip. It's perfect, right? So the last two questions I would say are the most important questions. Now, the first one is, what is your let me rephrase this. Who is your biggest inspiration? You can say me. It's fine.
I don't think that I have a sole biggest inspiration, to be honest. Business-wise, obviously Gary Vee. But just in life, other women. Other women are who inspire me because there are some amazingly strong people out there. There's like, and then there's mothers that do a million things, but they're the best at what they do, and it's why there should never be a glass ceiling just because you're a woman. And I think there are so many women out there that just prove that, and it's incredible when women work together. So one of the main things with Strong Girl is there is some dislike, I guess, between women, and they're hating on each other because of guys or the way they look, or it's like this unnecessary bitchiness, because they don't realise that when women come together, the amount of strength and beauty and power that can be created when women work together. So yeah, I don't think I have a sole individual inspiration, but other females, other women, young girls, older women, mothers, yeah, they're the ones that inspire me to do what I do every day.
Just like Beyonce said, who runs the world? I'm not gonna sing. But that is a great message, Lydia, and I hope the listeners today took a lot of valuable content from today's podcast. Took a lot of basically game-changing information when it comes to who you are as a person, and basically how to be in the fitness industry and be an individual. That's what when I look at you, when I listen to you, you are an individual. You're not copying anybody. Your brand is your brand. There's no one else out there like you. Now, you've got an amazing brand. You're an amazing person. How do people connect with you? What is the best way for people to find you?
Yep, so my Instagram, my Twitter, my Facebook, my Snapchat is all the same. It's Lydia Mok, at Lydia Mok, LYDIAMOK. And then also Strong Girl Takeover, same again on all the different platforms. One word, Strong Girl Takeover.
Beautiful. Thanks for that, Lydia. I absolutely love talking to you. It's like, I think it's the accent, but I think the listeners are going to enjoy today's interview.
Australia.
Australia and the world. This podcast is going global. And I'd like to thank you for listening in today. If you want to get in contact with Lydia, you know how to get in contact with Lydia, and get in contact with me. If you've got any questions that you'd like to ask us, if you have any people that you'd like me to interview, just send it through to marvinfitpro@gmail.com. And that is us for today. Thanks for listening.
Out.
Done. That was episode 1 of the Fit Pro podcast featuring Lydia Mok. Head to fitpropodcast.com to see the show notes and be able to contact Lydia directly. Head to iTunes and click subscribe so you can get the valuable content that is the Fit Pro podcast as it comes out. My name is Marvin Fayez. I'm your host, signing out. Peace.